So I'm a third-year anthropology major, and I decided to go into anthropology because I found it amazing how it connects to literally almost any major you can think of. Of course, so it was about a 2-week program, and what we did, my focus was in folklore in Bulgaria, and we stayed at what's called a center, which is owned by a former CSUGH graduate, which is really cool because we were more connected that way. And we discovered a bunch of things, including, we went to Sofia, which is the main city in Bulgaria, and we went to a lot of small villages, and we saw very multicultural areas, such as places that are influenced by Greek, Rome, Russia, and it all literally, those are the border countries of Bulgaria. So you don't just get a Bulgarian experience, you get countries that are around Bulgaria and their experiences. So the process was pretty long, but it's not difficult. In my case, I had to get a passport. That took only a few months. It wasn't that difficult to get. You can actually get it here on campus, which is really, really convenient. We also, I would suggest to get your flight ticket in advance because it's pretty difficult to get because you want to get them at a certain time and at a good price. And you also sometimes can be picky about your connection flight. And that also depends on how long it'll take to get to Bulgaria. It could take 1 day or more, or it could take just a few hours. So it met my expectations above and beyond. It is very hands-on. At CSUGH, you're just learning in a classroom and you see maybe videos or read in a textbook. But in Bulgaria, you actually put what you're learning into practice, and it's very hands-on. So our classroom wasn't confined to just one space. We had classrooms in a barn, at the center. We had classrooms in the city of Sofia, in the small villages we visited, on site at Roman archaeology sites, as well as local farmers' houses that we saw. So what we were learning about in a particular day, we were at that location. So if we were learning about folklore, we would happen to be in a village where they would practice those traditions today. Yeah, so the professors I had when I went was Dr. Gasco and Professor Ulrich, and they're amazing. They're the kindest professors you can meet here. And they were offering folklore and food and culture. And I know for both classes, we had to do a little bit of work before we actually left for the spring intersession. And it wasn't difficult. There was no tests on my side for the folklore side. We really just studied the background of Bulgaria, so we knew what we were going to and what to expect. And it wasn't much. It was just a few essays, no tests. And then when we actually got there, we would have class every day for about an hour or so. And that was really just lecture. However, since we were a very small class, there was about 3 of us. So we would just sit next to each other in a table, and that's how we were lectured. So every day we went somewhere. We went to a rose festival, which is an annual festival that's in Bulgaria and where Bulgaria produces 90% of the world's roses. So we were able to see their celebration of the roses, and it was just fields and fields and fields of pink and red roses, which is amazing. We went to a castle. We went to Roman sites. We went to Sofia, which is the main city. What else did we do? We did a lot of sightseeing. We went to traditional churches. We went to many churches that are hundreds and hundreds of years old. We went to, again, more archaeological sites. We went to museums. We went to every day we were doing something. We were doing something every day. There wasn't a day where we didn't do anything and we just sat around. Every day we did a lot of things. One day we even saw the president of Bulgaria just walking by, really. So that was very interesting. My favorite thing was definitely the people. The people are everywhere, so kind, from the cities to the small villages. They're all amazing. They all really go out of their way to help you, even say if you get lost or whatever. And even though there's a slight language barrier, it can always be fulfilled because there's always Google Translate. There's always a lot of people there are bilingual in Bulgarian and English, and even trilingual, which I found very interesting. So they're very willing to help you and to talk to you about their culture because they're so proud. And they're willing to show you everything, including the farmers. They tell you the whole process of how they farm, how they milk their goats. It's great. And they're a very proud country, which I really, really enjoyed. And their diversity and how all of their bordered countries helped in the making of Bulgaria. I would say definitely save for a plane ticket and to look at that in advance. So I would actually look at the plane ticket before anything else almost, and make sure you have the passport. The passport information is the most important or else you can't go. And I would definitely talk to the anthropology professors who are going. That would include Dr. Gasco, Dr. Moore, Professor Ulrich, and to ask them any questions about what classes you could take because they offer many classes and you don't have to be an anthropology student to go. You can be any student and you don't have to take anthropology courses. They're also offering other courses from different majors. Definitely, because it is actually not as expensive as most study abroad programs because it's shorter, and since the owner of the center where we stay at is an alumni, he makes it easier for CSUDH students to attend. And it's honestly, if you're planning on going to a study abroad program, this is definitely one to look at. Adventure, self-realization, I don't know if that will count, and appreciation.